Life will always test you. The storms will come, the winds will blow, the nights will stretch longer than the days, and sometimes you will find yourself standing in the middle of circumstances you never asked for. You'll face battles you never signed up to fight, mountains you never thought you'd have to climb, valleys so deep that your soul wonders if light will ever find you again. But hear me today, your challenge is not the end of your story. What you are up against is only the stage for what you are about to become. You see, greatness is not birthed in comfort. Destiny is not formed in convenience. Diamonds are not created without pressure, and gold is not purified without fire. The very things that seem designed to break you are the same things that will shape you. And while the enemy whispers that you are finished, while doubt tells you it's over, while fear stands tall in front of you, I came to tell you, you are stronger than what's standing against you. Some of you are walking through financial struggles, some are battling with your health, some are wrestling in relationships, in families, in broken dreams, and I know it hurts. I know the weight feels unbearable. But the truth is this, you wouldn't still be here if the weight was meant to destroy you. The fact that you are still breathing, still standing, still holding on, is the evidence that you've got something in you greater than the pain outside of you. Don't you dare measure your future by your present struggle. Don't you dare let your circumstance dictate your destiny. The challenge you are in today is preparing the strength you'll need tomorrow. You may not see it now, but every tear, every sleepless night, every lonely road is teaching you resilience, teaching you endurance, teaching you faith. And faith is the fuel that moves you from where you are to where you are destined to be. Think about it. When the seed is planted, it is buried in darkness. It is pressed down beneath the soil, unseen, forgotten. But in that hidden place, something begins to stir. Roots begin to grow. Life begins to push through. And one day, what was buried breaks forth, stronger and taller than before. That's you. You may feel buried, but you are not buried to die. You are planted to rise. I want you to hear this. The very challenge you despise may be the very challenge that defines you. Stop cursing your storm and start realizing that storms water the ground for new growth. Stop hating your struggle and start understanding that your struggle is the evidence that there's something valuable inside of you. Nobody fights for what is worthless. The very fact that life is pressing you is proof that destiny is calling you. So rise up. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let failure define you. Don't let heartbreak silence you. You've got power inside you. You've got strength you haven't even tapped into yet. You've got resilience that will shock the very people who thought you'd never make it. This is not the season to give up. This is the season to dig deep, to believe, to fight back, to declare, I will overcome. Your challenge is not permanent. Your storm is not eternal. The pain you feel today will become the strength you stand on tomorrow. Hold your head up, wipe your tears, square your shoulders, walk through the fire knowing that the fire cannot consume what is refined. And when it's all said and done, you won't just survive this. You'll come out stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. Life has a way of throwing us into places we never expected to be. One day everything looks secure, everything feels predictable, and the next day you are caught in a storm that shakes you to your core. These are the moments when your faith is tested, when your strength is stretched, and when your character is revealed. Challenges are not polite. They do not knock on the door of your life and ask permission to come in. They crash in uninvited, and they demand attention. You can try to ignore them, but they won't leave. You can try to wish them away, but they remain. And so you are faced with a decision. Will you crumble under the weight, or will you rise up and declare that this challenge will not define you? The truth is that every obstacle you face carries within it the seed of transformation. Nothing is wasted, not even the pain, not even the disappointment, not even the heartbreak. When you look at the strongest people you know, you must understand they were not born that way. Strength is forged in the fire. Endurance is learned in the valley. Courage is developed in the battlefield of life. The ones who inspire you have been through nights when they thought they wouldn't make it. They have cried tears that no one saw. They have endured losses that could have broken them, yet somehow they got up, they wiped their face, and they pressed forward. It is not because they were superhuman, but because there is something in the human spirit that refuses to die. There is something in you that will not let you quit. Even when you think you are finished, a small voice deep inside whispers that there is more to you than what you see. Challenges are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to expose what you carry. A seed cannot show its strength until it is buried. A warrior cannot prove their courage until the battle begins. A champion cannot be crowned until they endure the struggle of the race. So do not curse the difficulty you are in, for it is revealing what has been hidden within you. It is in the moments when you are stretched, when you are pressed, when you are burdened, that you discover strength you didn't know you had. And once you find it, you can never lose it again. That strength becomes part of you. That resilience becomes part of your character. That courage becomes part of your identity. I know you may feel overwhelmed right now. I know you may feel like the challenge you are facing is bigger than you. But I want you to realize that if it was too big for you, you wouldn't be in it. Life does not waste struggles on people who cannot handle them. The very fact that you are in this battle is evidence that you are equipped for it. The weight you are carrying is heavy, yes, but it was assigned to you because you have the capacity to bear it. And when you feel like you cannot go on, remember that your struggle is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of purpose. Mountains are not placed in front of people going nowhere. Mountains stand in the path of those who are headed toward destiny. The resistance you feel is proof that you are moving in the right direction. There comes a time in every journey when the weight feels too much, when the struggle seems too long, and the voice inside starts whispering that maybe it would be easier to quit. The temptation to give up is strongest right before breakthrough, because the enemy knows that if you endure just a little longer, if you press just a little harder, everything will begin to shift in your favor. Pressure always comes before promotion. The darkness of the night always deepens before the sun rises. The tears flow the hardest just before joy is restored. What you are experiencing is not the end. It is the tension of transformation, and transformation is never comfortable. You are shedding who you used to be and stepping into who you were always meant to become. And that process feels like breaking, but in truth it is building. Think about the caterpillar locked in a cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. From the outside, it looks confined, limited, trapped. But inside, a radical change is taking place. What once crawled is developing the capacity to fly. What once was confined to the ground is preparing to touch the skies. If you judge it too soon, you would call the cocoon a prison, but in reality, the cocoon is the place of transformation. That is how life works. Your challenge may feel like it has locked you down. It may feel like you are restricted. But what if that very restriction is creating the strength of your wings? What if the confinement is necessary for you to develop the power to rise? Without the cocoon, there is no butterfly. Without the struggle, there is no flight. You must understand that pain always has a purpose. Life never allows struggle without planting seeds of strength in the process. You might look back on moments that nearly broke you and realize those were the very moments that taught you how to endure, how to believe, how to fight for your future. The lessons that matter most are not taught in classrooms. They are taught in valleys, in storms, in sleepless nights when you wonder if you'll make it through. Those lessons shape you. They create depth in you. They separate those who live only on the surface from those who carry wisdom deep within. You cannot gain that wisdom without walking through the challenge that demands it. The truth is, there is a version of you on the other side of this struggle that you have not met yet. That version of you is stronger, wiser, and more courageous. That version of you is not intimidated by the things that used to make you tremble. That version of you does not break under pressure, but learns how to bend and stand tall again. The challenge you are facing is the bridge to that version of yourself. Every battle you fight is chiseling away the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, so that what remains is the purest, strongest expression of who you were always meant to be. Do not despise the process. It may feel like everything is against you, but the truth is everything is working for you. The disappointment is working for you. The delay is working for you. The betrayal is working for you. The loss is working for you. Because each one of these experiences is carving character into your soul. It is teaching you how to see clearly. It is teaching you how to stand tall when the winds blow again. And when you come out of this, not only will you be stronger, but you will also carry a testimony that has the power to inspire others who are walking through their own storms. Your pain becomes the proof that survival is possible. Your scars become the evidence that healing is real. Your story becomes the light that someone else needs when they are sitting in the dark wondering if they can make it. There is something inside every human being that is only revealed when the pressure comes. You never really know what you are capable of until life presses you beyond the limits you thought you had. The truth is, challenge is not just something you go through. It is something that pulls out of you gifts, strengths, and abilities that would remain hidden if everything always stayed easy. Comfort never produces growth. Ease never develops power. It is in the moments when the weight sits heavy on your shoulders, when your back is against the wall, when the odds are stacked against you, that you find out what you carry. And what you carry is far greater than what you are facing. There is resilience in you. There is creativity in you. There is power in you. There is faith in you that is stronger than the obstacles standing before you. Life's greatest challenges have a way of exposing the truth. They peel back the layers of who you thought you were and reveal the depth of who you really are. Sometimes you discover that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Other times you realize you need to let go of things you once clung to. Struggles strip away illusions. They remove the false identities, the shallow attachments, the fragile crutches you leaned on. They force you to dig deep, to decide what really matters, to anchor yourself in what cannot be shaken. The storm does not come to destroy you. It comes to reveal your foundation. If your foundation is built on what is temporary, you will crumble. But if it is built on what is eternal, you will endure. There are moments when you will cry out and wonder why the path is so hard, why the obstacles are so many, why the fight is so long. But what you must understand is that the greater the calling, the greater the challenge. If destiny were small, the resistance would be small. But because what is inside of you is great, the pressure around you is also great. Do not confuse the size of the battle with the weakness of your spirit. The size of your battle is a reflection of the size of your purpose. That is why you cannot quit. That is why you cannot give up. Because on the other side of this struggle is a life that demands your perseverance, a purpose that requires your endurance, and a future that will only be reached if you refuse to back down now. Think about every person who has ever done something extraordinary. Their greatness was not shaped by ease, but by endurance. They walked through losses that should have crushed them, yet they kept moving. They faced doors slammed in their faces, yet they knocked again. They endured ridicule, betrayal, rejection, but they held their ground. They knew that pain does not last forever, but purpose does. They knew that difficulty does not erase destiny. And so they chose to rise every time they fell, to believe every time doubt whispered, to move forward even when fear screamed at them to turn back. Their lives testify to the truth that the challenge you are in today is not a tomb, it is a passageway. You have to learn how to see your obstacles differently. Instead of seeing them as barriers, see them as builders. Instead of seeing them as setbacks, see them as setups. The very thing you thought would end you can actually launch you. The very weight that feels unbearable is the same weight building your strength. When you train in the gym, the resistance is what develops the muscle. When you train in life, the resistance is what develops your spirit. So embrace the resistance, not because it feels good, but because it is necessary. You are not being crushed, you are being conditioned. You are not being buried, you are being planted. And in time, what has been hidden inside of you will break through. It will grow, it will rise, and it will be undeniable.